everyone, welcome to the Cryptability channel, your exclusive entrance to the world of crypto and Web3 world. Welcome back to the most vibrant crypto channel globally, where you can discover the latest topics, global trends, startup ideas, brilliant projects, and many more. So Osman and I extend our hearty welcome to all crypto enthusiasts, Web3 affiniates, and tech-savvy individuals, and all passionate risk takers, and many more. Hello, Osman. What's up, guy, mate? You're right.
I think I am fine, and I think just like as you were mentioning today, we have a lot of news globally. I have been to a Binance event in Istanbul, and you have been to Hong Kong and Portugal,
Exactly.
and you also
Exactly.
had some meetings in London, as far
Uh-huh.
as I know. So I think this episode, people will have more chance to learn about what's the sentiment like, especially in the Web3 and crypto
Uh-huh.
ecosystem all around the world, and what are the recent news, recent trends, and recent technologies. So I am excited for this episode and welcome everyone to the Cryptability.
Yeah, guys. So, whether you are a seasoned trader, I want to remind this sentence. This is really great collocation for all of us. Whether you're a seasoned trader, guys, or just dipping your toes into the blockchain, you are in the right place, Cryptability channel. So we aim to explore our global partnerships with our on-chain enthusiasts and subscribers and viewers. So before we delve into, I want to ask, Osman, just I would like to ask one friendly and question
Yeah,
because
sure, go on, please.
I'm really curious about your insights and opinion about this situation. We countered exciting developments in the field of blockchain during the past month. So there was a brief resurgence, that led many to wonder if it might be the new hype. And
Mhm.
what are your thoughts on this? Do you believe we've entered a period of hype or bull market?
Okay, so the main indicator that I personally have to understand if we are in the bull market or if we're in the bear market or if it's a bull trap or a bear trap is there are certain people around me who are interested in cryptocurrencies, but they don't understand much about how the projects work, what is the sentiment like, what is the recent trends, all those things. They would usually call me and ask me if I know some game projects, if there are some tokens that they could purchase, or which types of projects they should be investing. So the frequency of those calls, the moment the frequency of those calls start to increase, I realize that we are entering the bull market. And I make 100% sure that we're in the bull market when someone that I don't know got my phone number from someone that I know and calls me and says, I'm friends of this person. He mentioned that you were in crypto. Could you help me buy this crypto, or could you help me set up my account? So I think we're little bit starting. We're at the beginning of the bull market based on
Mhm.
my personal
Not
social
completely.
indicator. Yeah, based on my social indicator. But it's right now at this moment, it's not someone who is new and who is for the first time making a cryptocurrency investment. So it's already people who previously had some tokens and then sold them for profit or for loss, but now going back to the market and started buying new tokens. So it might be the beginning of the bull market, but I am not 100% sure. But aside from being a bull market or bear market, what we're trying to push right now is to make sure that our products and solutions and our vision and the information about us is out there when the time is right. So when the bull market actually starts and people start to buy things, they realize and understand that on-chain is something that they should be having. Of course, this is not a financial advice, but more or less our product is far more superior than the others in the market. So that's what my take.
Okay, that's great. I got all clues, guys. So Osman, you joined the Istanbul blockchain events, and you were one of the speakers. It was fantastic. So you represent On-Chain Foundation, as I said before, for the first previous episode. It was magnificent, splendid chance for all of us. So could you provide a concise overview of Istanbul blockchain? What are your
I
thoughts on the
think
event?
the main event was held by Binance. So Binance Blockchain Week was this year in Istanbul. For those who don't know about the event, I just wanted to provide a context. So it was the Binance yearly event that is being held in Istanbul. It was a lovely venue. A lot of people joined globally, actually. Most of the participants were not from Istanbul, they were not from Turkey. There were a few topics that were frequently being discussed. One of them was whether blockchain is going to be joining our lives more and more in the upcoming years. The other one was, of course, about AI and how AI could be utilized with blockchain technology, or should it be utilized with blockchain technology. And finally, the most important, and I believe the most talked topic was about owning our data, data privacy, and owning our
Mm-hmm.
identities. And I also delivered a speech about our blockchain based identification solution. And I talked about how can we identify ourselves using blockchain technology. And I went there to explain the problems of the existing identification solutions, the existing solutions in the market, the Web2 solutions in the market. And I talked about our superior solution and how it's going to reduce costs and how it's going to help both businesses and individuals to own their IDs and process the identification data utilizing blockchain technology. So, overall, I think the main sentiment for this event was more focused on data privacy, because when the AI becomes more and more common, when it becomes available to even a primary school student to do their homework, then most of the people start to question, is it gonna steal our jobs? Is it gonna
Mm-hmm.
end our lives? Is it
Mm-hmm.
a threat to the humanity? So when those questions start to arise, people try to find solutions to the problems that were generated by AI. So
Do
I
you think?
think, yeah, go on, please.
Sorry. Do we have a chance to find gateways compared to AI? So we I think we will be in a big, or not we will be. We have been in a big race, within a big race with AI developments, AI softwares. Do we have a chance to find gateways? So for in favor of us.
I think the most important thing is how we are perceiving what we have. So you could be going out to a grocery store right now and you could be
Mm-hmm.
purchasing something that was manufactured in a factory somewhere else in the world and being transported. It would be a mass manufactured product, so it would be much more cheaper than the handmade versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
It would have certain qualities, durabilities, etc. But then it would have another alternative, and
Mm-hmm.
that alternative would be a handmade one. So you could spend $10 and buy something that is factory made, and then you could spend $100 to go and buy the handmade one. I think with the AI, what I personally believe is that the cost of labor is gonna get lower, because most of the things that are being done by humans right now soon will be replaced with AI. How soon is that? I don't know, but most of the design processes right now are being done with the help of AI. Most of the documentation, or data analysis, simple data analysis, if not complex, are done by AI. But large companies started implementing AI solutions to their existing infrastructures. Call centers are being transformed by AI. So if you actually think about all those things, you realize that the cost of labor is gonna get lower. And
Mm-hmm.
then most of the jobs would be replaced perhaps over the next 10 or 15 years. But it's
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily a bad thing, because we had this industrial revolution and then we came up with all sorts of different jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, we had better jobs. So rather than 10 hours, 12 hours working in a factory assembling something, we now started working for 6 hours or 8 hours at an office. I think if you compare them, working for 6 to 8 hours at an office is much better than working in a factory and assembling things for 12 hours. So overall, I think this is going to be a huge improvement on our lives.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it comes up with its own dangers.
That's fantastic. There, I agree with you, and that's fantastic reply. Thank you,
Um,
Osman. Sorry.
yeah, I was actually gonna ask you. So this is my takeaway from the Binance event. But you have been to Hong Kong and Portugal and some events in London.
But
So
just
yeah,
just
go on, please.
I got one question to you. Just I
Hmm.
was I was in Portugal, but at the same time there was a huge event taking place in Istanbul. It's called Dev Connect. Despite the relatively the Turkish developer community is small at the moment, I know, but I 100% from all my heart, it will be growing and growing, and the highest it will be at the highest level in the upcoming years. I think so. It's my belief. So I heard of that. That connects so significant participation, and what do you would you mind sharing your experiences with our audience, with our viewers?
We had joined 3 or 4 events, and we were co-host on 2 different events.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was focused on zero knowledge, and the other one was focused on blockchain-based identification. The main sentiment, of course, most of the people from different countries came to Istanbul, Turkey for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and they all expressed that they didn't expect to see that beautiful city. So
Mm-hmm.
they saw the
Oh, nice.
potential here. They realized that it's, if not regulatively, but individually, a crypto friendly company.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my friends actually shared some photos with me, and also on Twitter said that the cab driver that was taking us from A to B was
Okay.
checking cryptocurrency prices from his phone when you know he stopped on the red light. So they were so surprised to see that. Yeah,
So crypto native community in Turkey,
yes, yes, yes. They were like, they say we were so shocked that our taxi driver was checking crypto prices. We were so shocked that our, bellboy at the hotel was checking crypto prices. We were so shocked to see, crypto exchange points in the Grand Bazaar, like physical, cryptocurrency exchange places. And they weren't expecting that crypto friendly country, and they were really happy to be in Istanbul. I think it is one of the events that showed the potential of the country if given chance by global developers, teams, and
Mm-hmm.
investors. And I personally believe that we are one of the most one of the best countries with good
Exactly.
hospitality in terms of
Exactly.
having guests and foreigners. So I think overall it was a great experience for participants from other countries,
Uh-huh.
and also it was a great opportunity for us to go out there and talk more about on chain and what we are actually building. We established a few partnerships. I think by the time that people are watching this episode, they would be already seeing a few of them being announced.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was a very nice event, or very nice week for us.
That's great. That's great. Wow. 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 Wow.
So
Everything.
now,
Everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now, yeah.
That's my
Now I
turn.
am curious
Yeah.
because the thing is, like, I am from Istanbul. I am living in Istanbul, and I keep attending
Yeah.
different crypto events. So, Dev Connect was something different, but at the end, it's more or less people. I knew what to expect, or I
Uh-huh.
knew how to navigate. But maybe our viewers are more interested about the Asian market. You have been to Hong
Exactly.
Kong. We have been to Singapore a few months ago as well, and then after that you have been to Hong Kong. So how was it like? How
Before
was
I
the
was in Dubai. Don't forget
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
it.
you were in Dubai as well. If you actually think about it, just over the last few months, we have been to,
Yes.
I believe, 5, 6 different countries, many large cryptocurrency and blockchain events, Web3 events.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us
Mm-hmm.
more about how was the sentiment in the Asian market?
Oh, yeah. Actually, first, I would like to say that it was unbelievable market and full of opportunities all the way down. I think everything's regulated. Everything's everybody crypto native. The government's ready. The infrastructure, the mentality of startups, co-founders, founders, and developers. Everybody ready. I would like to say it. Yeah. So, but uh, I want to make it clear and give some examples, and I want to deep delve into the all things that I've experienced so far. As on-chain foundation, yeah, I was at Hong Kong Tech Fig, so we had an opportunity to engage with exceptional speakers, top leaders at Hong Kong's fintech event, and I would like to say to our viewers, to our subscribers, the side events again and again. I would like to emphasize this: side events prove to be highly productive because we got very great chances to meet unique investors or developers or brilliant representatives from crypto exchange, from some infrastructures. We also noted that the growing interest of Hong Kong crypto native community and their preferences. This is really unbelievable. So everybody thinking of like a crypto, as Osman mentioned, that's the same in the Turkey. So generally, we observed the investors were, they were keen on projects such as L1, L2 infrastructures, and Web3 gaming projects. An interesting thing is, in Hong Kong, we encountered new security token offer marketplaces and innovative funding methods. So that seem suitable for tokenizing real world
Yeah,
assets.
let me stop there for a second. So this is
Sure.
also one of the things that are being discussed recently more and more, this tokenization of the real world assets. There
Yeah.
is currently no legal framework for real world asset tokenization on most of the countries. Europe just, released I think some sort of legislation or some recommendation. I'm not so sure
100%.
about it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So what is the sentiment there? Like, do you feel investors are willing to invest in, tokenized assets? Because
uh-huh,
the main, how do I say, criticism was, when I'm investing in a security
mm-hmm,
via a regulated platform, I know
mm-hmm,
that there is an asset behind it, or I know that there is a contract behind it.
mm-hmm,
And when
mm-hmm,
I invest in a token, there is no, how do I say, company behind it. There is no real product. I
mm-hmm,
don't know what are my rights, etc. So
mm-hmm.
how do you feel this mindset is changing right now, or do you think it's changing? Do you think people are keen to investing or developing business models that are going to be
Mm-hmm.
serving as a real world asset tokenization?
Okay, Osman, that's a really good question because we are on the verge of great things. Of course, we have lots of miles to complete security token offerings, as you mentioned. Uh, at the moment, in this scenario, I want to share my insights with our viewers and subscribers in that point, such as the tokenization of real estates is so popular, especially in Dubai, in Singapore, in Asia Pacific, like very big Muslim community in Indonesia, and in Bali is a interesting spot for tokenization of real estate worlds. So, but compared to other things like Western world or North America, I just want to emphasize and highlight one thing: all things regulated in one spot. I'm talking about just security token offering. In Hong Kong, everything's all regulated. All legislation is ready for security token offering, and at the moment, uh, developers, investors, or potential individual investors are keen on investing their money in precious metal like silver, like gold, like platinum, something. And the other good thing is, I think it's not the right time. It's not a good timing for industrial products. But sometimes we will, some other time, maybe in the upcoming months, we will be facing some companies behind the real assets, behind the real commodities in their balance sheet. They try to get into the a security token offering for funding reasons. I think so. That's my opinion. And
Mm-hmm.
so I, as I said before, I faced some great examples coming from marketplaces in Hong Kong. So it's very unique. Everything and everything is ready at the moment in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a really great, appealing spot for security token offering, and the mentality, the attitudes of founders and developers and investors is so different, far from the other part of the world. But compared to Singapore and Hong Kong, they are big rival at the in the world
Mm-hmm.
scenario, world stage at the moment. But the startup infrastructure is 100% is ready for Singapore side, but Hong Kong, I don't know why, but
Mm-hmm.
just they try to find suitable gateway with the help of security token offerings. Maybe it will be appealing for them. It might be a very good gateway for them, and they draw attention of startups or co-founders in Asia Pacific and from all around the world, because a very unique and blending cosmopolitan country in the world. So it looks exciting, and but guys, just listen to me. And so,
Mhm.
in Asia Pacific, it's very far from the other part of the world, really,
Yeah,
especially
this
in
is
yeah.
yeah, this is why I was also curious because due to economical reasons, I believe most of the Western countries, like Europe, the investors or VCs stopped investing in tokens or NFTs or like metaverse. At least,
Yes,
if not
yes.
stopped, it's not as much as they were investing a few years ago. Um,
Hmm.
but I see that mindset is different in the Asian region. The
Exactly,
investment
Osman. Osman,
is not.
we were in Singapore together, so we experienced so many great guys, individual projects. So
Mhm.
they're unbelievable. They put forward some unbelievable jobs. They will put forward unbelievable projects. So 100% Asia Pacific is so promising
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah.
Western world.
So
Really.
what about like after this experience, can you now compare this with Web Summit? Because the main importance, you were also at Web Summit a few days ago, actually, not even a few months, few weeks. Um, so the main difference is Web Summit was held in Portugal this month in November. I don't know, maybe November 2023 for the viewers
Mm-hmm.
who might be viewing this later on or
Uh-huh.
watching this later on. So the main difference is that Web Summit was not actually a Web3 event. So it was
No,
like
no, it's a big,
yes,
huge
technology event.
technology. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
there is like AI, there are like fintech companies, there are like robotic companies, infrastructure cloud providers, energy companies.
100%.
Last
Yeah.
year when I was there, it was actually there were actually like cosmetic brands out there who
Mm-hmm.
were trying to be innovative or getting into the game. So how
Mm-hmm.
was your experience there, and how do you feel like do people, because last year my experience was people did not understand much about blockchain, and there were still, I felt like there is
Mm-hmm.
still a potential for growth. But how do you feel about this year's event? What do you think about this year's event?
Osman, yeah, as you mentioned, yeah, it's not a 100% directly related to Web3 or crypto event, but yes, I can summarize like I met some keynote speakers, grace the stage over the initial, 2 days. But they offer their perspective. The hot topic is AI in the Web
Hmm.
Summit. Just everybody talking about too much related to AI and both business and people's life, as we discussed it
Hmm.
in detail during our episode. So the Portugal, one of the most Europe's prominent technology web summit, one of the most prominent Europe web summit conferences. So, but found itself entangled and in unnecessary political controversy in its weeks leading up to the event. So, nonetheless, the organizers managed to deliver on their promise, and it's so not many people joining, but it's really great at the moment.
So
I would
do
like
you
to say.
think like how do you think what do you think the number of participant was at the event? Because
Probably.
I kind of want this video and podcast to be, illuminating for similar project owners, similar founders like us,
You're
or
right.
people who are willing to. So for that reason, I am trying to, ask and understand the situation at the Web Summit, so that if there is anyone who wanted to join, who missed it, can hear it from the first hand from our experiences. So that's the reason why I actually asked,
Hmm.
like, how
Hmm.
do you think about it?
I think also according to official insights, so more than 70,000 attendees from more than 100 countries gathered at Web Summit events to witness witness experts in action across more than 20 tracks. It was a huge experience. It was a great organization, but as I said before, everybody talking about AI, and I witnessed a competition related to startups. The final pitch was at Web Summit 23, claimed by one Brazilian AI company. I couldn't remember the name, but probably it might be Inspira. Inspira
Hmm.
could have been the runner-up. Had the audience votes and been taken into account. So Inspira emerged as the jury's winner among 100 competing startups at Web Summit 2023. So they developed an AI-powered legal assistant for
Hmm.
day-to-day operations in the legal sector. This is my one of the biggest experience that I would like to share with our viewers because, as I said, the hot topic AI. The second hot topic is Web3 and blockchain. So, but when it comes to our booth, we secured a booth.
Hmm.
This year is so important for us. It was a really great experience for On-Chain Foundation. I welcome more than 150 visitors to our booth. Everybody, was very interested in our project, and everyone keen on how to implement digital authenticator. What's the product, what's the behind our project or on-chain foundation. They ask questions, so many things directed to me, and it was a pleasure to have them. And everybody just one thing, I would like to summarize it. Everybody just one thing, they highlighted one thing. You have coin, you have infrastructure, you have products like digital wallet, as I said, bridge and digital authenticator. Everything looks promising in favor of on-chain foundation. And I said, thank you guys, appreciate it. So
Yeah, and then I think that over time they realized we're actually delivering this product and become OMC holders, right? Because this is
100%, yeah.
yeah, because I realized when we talk about our digital ID project or protocol
Uh-huh.
to people, they immediately say we were thinking about it, but you're the missing piece. Or, we were thinking about how to do it, you solved the
Yeah.
problem. So I am assuming that it was more or less the case in Web Summit as well.
Yes, I think so. It was very promising
Yeah.
for on-chain foundation products. So I can share it with our audiences. So we got some potential collaboration opportunities.
Mhm.
I don't want to announce it, but in the upcoming weeks we will share it with you guys. So it was a great experience, and 100% we should attend the next Web Summit or the next Singapore 2049, because it might be very appealing part if you got concrete and robust solution to the world
Exactly.
problems. I think so. You need to put forward the solution in front of all users, all investors, all collaboration partners.
Exactly. All right, so I think our time is more or less up right now.
Oh, really?
And
Again?
yeah. I think we have a lot more to say, but we should be leaving those things for the next episodes. I had
Right.
great time today talking and
Thank you,
discussing
Joe.
about
Likewise, mate.
yes,
Exactly.
yes, a few events that we had joined because I think it's not these episodes are not specific to OMC holders or people who are willing to learn more about our ecosystem and infrastructure, but it's more broad. It shows our understanding of this Web3 world, as you mentioned in the intro. So I
Yeah.
think and hope that this was beneficial for people, and I
Mm-hmm.
hope that we can provide more insight to the Web3 world. So
Mm-hmm.
thanks a lot for this episode as well. Any final words?
Yeah, my
Anything
final
else you
words.
would like to add? Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't forget, mate, to hit the subscribe button, joining our growing community, and turn on notifications, guys. Cheers, pals.
All right. Cheers. Take care.